Our girls are back.
Let's be clear, Giselle doesn't have the power to crown anyone. She can't even keep up with every hue, darling. So, but
R.I.P.
well, she deserved that one. That's what makes Giselle and I good friends. But no, on a serious note, I have no problem with people getting in line to replace me when I resign. However, I do have a baby grand dame, and that's my daughter.
Yes.
So I've decided in 2024 to open the school for grand daming. It's a 4-year course. And, the girls in Potomac love a good degree, and they have to get a degree in grand daming. Raven already has it. She has a master's.
What are the classes at Grand Dame University?
Not backstabbing. Don't openly cheat on your husband and leave him after he loses all of his money. Stop talking about married men sleeping with other women. And please retire Blue Eyes.
Okay, the mic has been dropped, people.
Hey y'all, it's your captain for all things creative, coming back at you with the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 1 review. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're returning, let's get into this episode now. We had a little intro that shows Karen, the real Grand Dame, talking about just some shenanigans from this season and, alluding to things that the other ladies have been doing in past seasons or just from what we've heard on social media, like, for example, Mia leaving her husband now that the money run dry. But this episode, it opens with the super trailer that leaked online before, or that was released online before. And the trailer's edited like a sitcom, since it is kind of one of those shows that we know is supposed to be reality, but because of people like Giselle and Robyn, there's a lot of ghost producing, and we found out that a lot of the storylines in the past were fake, including, Giselle and Jamal Bryant rekindling their relationship, and even the cheating rumors with both Eddie and Chris Bassey, even though there have been new cheating allegations with Tasha K that y'all can go look up online. But really, there have been a lot of lies in the past, and I think Bravo's kind of leaning into the overproduced nature sometimes of this show with this very overproduced sitcom intro. You have a lot of people that, are not really happy that Robyn's back, especially because she lied about what was going on in her relationship and tried to get people to pay for it behind a paywall. But they're both back, and it's really bold that they're gonna base this episode around Robyn, since I think a lot of people are checked out in terms of her, but it is what it is. So the headlines about Juan and the Canadian girl that he signed a hotel receipt for, are popping up at the beginning of the scene. Giselle is acting like she's concerned for her friend Robyn. And I have her tagline here. Robyn's tagline is, "I just took a DNA test and it turns out I 100% don't care." And that's her attitude going into the season and in the face of all these allegations. And Giselle's basically saying that, even though Robyn is putting up this front, it's just a surface level thing, and she's clearly going through a lot. Giselle's tagline is, "I'm no angel, but give me some grace and you'll learn to adore me." And those are the names of her daughters, which is very cute because Giselle is a good mom, and she's trying to be a good friend to Robyn, even though I think all the backlash is making her be forced to, call Robyn to the carpet this episode and maybe for the rest of the season. But I think this was their, way to speak to the rumors one time, and I don't think she's going to be holding Robyn's feet to the fire given their past relationship much longer, but we shall see. Next, you see Karen in her confessional roasting Robyn about the whole hotel receipt situation and being in the laundromat with that lady that is his coworker. And Karen's tagline is, "I don't ride the fence, honey. I am the fence. You ride me." This is a grand dame. She wasn't in the episode a lot, but of course, the first thing we see is getting her lick back since Robyn and her always have this kind of back and forth negative kind of exchange from since I don't know when, season like 2, baby. She called Robyn the dizziest one out of the cast, and Robyn's always trying to catch her in lies. She dressed up like a pizza man, delivering pizza to Karen's house before. And of course, she tried to bring up the blue eyes rumor all the time about Karen. So now Karen is clearly gloating in the fact that, Juan is caught out there in her confessional. Next, you see Ashley also in her confessional talking about Juan and the nail salon situation. Ashley's tagline is, "You don't have to dig for gold when you shine this bright." And Ashley also has had a very, very sordid relationship with Michael Darby. They're going through a divorce right now because of all of his cheating allegations and butt grabbing allegations and court cases, and she stood by him through it all and been embarrassed. And I think she's also gloating a little bit in the fact that now it's Robyn's season, I guess, to get embarrassed. And while she's talking about the nail salon, Bravo took me out. They did a dramatic recreation of Juan at the nail salon with the girl, which is very hilarious. So the next scene is Robyn talking to Juan, and she starts off by hanging up their wedding photos in their house, and their house is very nicely done. Robyn had flipped one house before in a previous season, and this house shows, her skills with that, since it's really, really nicely done, and she's trying to, you know, add even more decorations based on their wedding that she thought would be the gotcha moment to all the girls who doubted her and Juan getting married, but really, in her attempt to prove us wrong, she just kind of looks kind of like the fool for going so hard for Juan. And Juan here admits that he was stupid and foolish about the hotel receipt situation. And Juan also said that he told Robyn not to talk about everything on that podcast of hers. Juan again retells the hotel story about him being a good Samaritan who just went to the hotel during the pandemic to pay for this Canadian girl's room because he found out she left her purse in the casino, which sounds silly to everybody who has heard the story. And Robyn asked why he didn't just go for it with the girl at the hotel. And he shades the woman's looks and say, "Have you seen how she looked?" And really, he just looks very silly for saying that, because he was DMing this girl and having a affair with her basically over I think it was Instagram, whatever social media, where he did see her pictures and obviously liked what he saw for her to be talking to her and paying for her hotel room when she came from Canada to America. So it's just a bad situation. Robyn also brings up not understanding Candace's negative reaction to her, because all last season, while they were trying to paint Chris Bassett as this predator, Juan was out there, with these women, including the Canadian woman, and then, of course, the co-worker that he was caught out with at the laundromat and the nail salon. And then this scene, I felt even more bad for Robyn because Juan talks about how Coach Bree, his co-worker who's been working with for like 3 years now, I guess, is beautiful and attractive when he's addressing the laundry pick scandal. And then Robyn tries to make herself feel better by saying, "Oh, people say she looks like me." And I just felt so bad for her because I was like, he's embarrassing you again by, complimenting this woman and being out and about with her right when everybody's saying that he's a cheater. So even if he didn't do anything with the coach lady, like he doesn't film with her often. He barely comes to the reunions, but he has time to be at the nail salon, and at the laundromat. And I guess he could argue that he's doing the laundry, for the team, but it's a public laundromat that he was caught at instead of like the university cop and safe facility. I don't know if they don't have a laundromat on site, but the nail salon has nothing to do with their job. Like he had no business doing all that while, Robyn and his relationship was under scrutiny because it just looks even more bad. And he's basically saying that people don't understand. They don't know his relationship with that lady. And I guess Robyn has decided to stick beside him. And I really do think that this wedding and their relationship is more for appearances and for their kids. I think at this point they are roommates and they want to model stability, I guess, for their kids, but it's not given a very lovey-dovey or happy situation with them. Next, you see Wendy at lunch with Karen and Candace, and Wendy's tagline is, "If you're gonna test this professor, be prepared to fail." Because we all know she's at Johns Hopkins University. And Wendy talks about bringing her rosary and having spiritual protection, how she had given up alcohol for Lent, even though she's having a margarita. So I don't know if Lent is over. But this aspect of Wendy's religion, I guess, is going to get questioned based on like the previews. So maybe that's why the producers put it in there, because I didn't know Wendy was Catholic. Candace talks about her wig being shifted and being shocked when Robyn said she was waiting for Karen to bring up her marital problems. And that was a funny moment in the show. And Candace's tagline is, "When they go low, I just hit high notes." And really, this whole lunch was basically dragging Robyn from then on. Next, you see Ashley in her new house. Ashley's tagline again, "You don't have to dig for gold when you shine this bright." And really, she's glowing and happy in her house. She calls it coastal in the city because it has beach vibes, which is a contrast to a condo, which is very drab and dark and dreary and very decorated by Michael's taste. And she says that Michael's name is on the mortgage, and she kind of likes it that way because just in case she can't pay, she's glad that, Michael's gonna pitch in. So she likes that security of her being able to help her out. And then she's also seen with her kids, and this scene made my nerves bad because them toddlers was climbing up on the counters. The old one was lifting up the little one. They would stand on there dangerously, and Ashley was not really looking at them. And with toddlers, you cannot turn away for a second. Like, I have a baby about to turn 2, and it's just like non-stop hijinks, except when he's napping. But even then, he learned how to climb out his crib, all kind of things. So like, it's really important for you to always keep an eye on the little ones. And just Ashley's nanny, I guess, helps her, but she did say she was definitely feeling the stress of it all being all on her shoulders, being kind of like in single parent mode. Hopefully she gets a lot more help from the nanny because it looked like she needed with them boys being rambunctious and crawling all over the place. Now, Ashley's seen on the phone with Giselle at the house, and Giselle asked her about her trip to the Bahamas because apparently she still has not their marriage, and Ashley, she's dragging her feet with the divorce basically, and is saying that Michael Darby pays for child support, but no alimony since the prenup does not allow for alimony. And then she and Giselle plan to go to Robyn's house to have an intervention. And then I misspoke. Giselle had been on the phone with, I think, Robyn about them going to the Bahamas. Somebody was at the Bahamas. I gotta double check. It was either Ashley or Robyn. So next, you see Giselle and the Winter House man. He's cooking seafood and sushi for her. We find out that he has met her kids and he's making a welcome back dinner since she's been to Dubai with the girls to celebrate their last few months before the oldest one goes to college. And then Adore helps them cook. And really, in the past, the housewife said that Giselle is very much nicer when she is with a gentleman caller. And it does seem like she is in a better mood this season. You see her dancing around the kitchen and much less miserable looking. Next, you see Mia and Gordon, and Mia's tagline is "It doesn't matter the size of our home, I'm always the queen of the castle." And this is alluding to the fact that Mia had to downsize. She said she went from like I think 1,500 square feet to like 1,100 square feet. And Mia and Gordon talk about the fallout from losing their business at the joint chiropractic. And Gordon saying he's going to sue for the $500,000 that the company still owes. Mia says she stopped drinking, but then Gordon catches her. And this is why Mia just seems like a liar a lot because Gordon's like, "You did not stop drinking. I seen you drinking wine." And then Mia corrects it and says, "Well, I stopped drinking hard liquor." So she's saying that she didn't like how she felt when she was drinking the hard liquor, but she still drank wine. This is a slippery slope. I know before I became completely sober, I also tried to make that little bargain and say, okay, well, if I only have wine and beer, it's different than if I have like, tequila or whatever. But really, it's all alcohol, and really, you just end up drinking more wine and beer to get the buzz. So for me, I had to just quit completely. And I think Mia trying to make these changes, she's trying to figure out a way to be happier, but she married Gordon for the money. And now that the money's drying up, Mia is struggling. And she says that she's gonna try also to apologize to Karen for insinuating that she was stepping out on Ray. But she has yet to, I think, apologize to Wendy for, the glass throwing and the fighting in Miami. So we'll see if Mia also apologizes to Wendy as she seeks to also apologize to Karen. So this is the last scene, the culmination of the episode, this intervention for Robyn. So Charisse and Ashley meet Giselle to, start this intervention scene. She hosts, so Giselle at this barn is doing bad. She don't have steps on that steep, treacherous part yet. And they're outside, so it seems like construction is still going on inside to glue the different houses and hallways together. But Giselle explains to Charisse and Ashley that Robyn is still claiming not to care about the situation. When Robyn finally comes, she acts all surprised that she's the guest of honor there. And the girls asked her if she's been working out since she seems to have lost weight. But she said no, she hasn't been working out. And maybe the stress has caused her to reduce in size and stature because she's clearly going through it. There's a picture of her looking like what she's been through, basically. So Robyn and the girls go back and forth about what is the situation with Juan. And Robyn maintains that the laundromat story with the coworker is a lie, since Juan would not show affection in public to another woman. The two have been coworkers for 3 years. She said that she told Juan not to go to the nail salon or the laundromat because the block was hot and people were, talking about him cheating. But Juan went anyway. But she also said that she's not going to tell him to end his friendships. The girls then asked her what about her joy and her happiness, and she says that her joy has been stolen, but it's not Juan's fault. She says the world that wants to tear her and Juan apart. And Giselle thankfully says, no, it is kind of Juan's fault. Like, you can't blame the world since he was the one at the hotel signing receipts. He was at the laundromat with the girl, and he was also at the nail salon with the other girl. So then Sharice starts crying and saying that she also had given Eddie passes and made excuses for everything and pretended not to see. And Robyn is clearly just being Stevie Wonder to all of Juan's shenanigans. She don't want to see. And then she knows what she's doing because Robyn asked Sharice if Sharice thinks that she's in denial. And then Ashley also says that, she too has made excuses for Michael. And she says that she does think that Robyn is doing a Protect Juan campaign. And Robyn then says that she tried to, kick Juan out of the house actually after the hotel situation, but he didn't leave. And then she says that she thought about it, and if he was lying, he would have made up a better lie because she knows that the story sounds crazy. Giselle then opens up about her and Jamal and how she let herself get disrespected, but now she knows the importance of respect and putting herself first, and she wants Rob to put herself first. And then Robyn asked the girls, well, what does she want them to do? And the girls flip it around, and Robyn is like, no, what do you want to do? Because Giselle says, listen, you've been through a lot, whether you want to admit it or not. And I thought that was very pastoral of Giselle. Sometimes her first lady side does come out, but it's very hard to believe that she's even Christian with a lot of her shenanigans. But here you could see how she could have been a pastor's wife and a first lady of a church. And then Robyn then says she thinks better days will come with Juan. And then Ashley makes an incredulous face, kind of shady face, while reapplying her lipstick. And the scene goes off. So, in terms of this intervention, which was the main focus of the episode, I think it started off phony and very contrived, and Robyn knew what it was. And the girls knew what it was going into it, that they had to address everything because of the media backlash. But I do think that as it went on, the ladies tapped into real emotions and memories of the times that they had all played a donkey to cheating men. And it made them truly emotional, and they want Robyn to stop playing the fool for once. But this never works. I have in college once tried to, help a friend through cheating and try to get her to see. And she and the man went and turned on me. Usually it doesn't work. And people also forget that Robyn had spent up Juan's money in the past. So I think she lets him cheat because she's guilty about that. So she lets him do what he wants now. And hopefully she and the girls, try to work through it somehow and get Robyn to stop being in denial. But these are the girls that like her this week, bringing up the cheating. In the future, we're going to get, the Candaces and the Karens and the not so nice bringing up the cheating rumors. So it's going to be a little tough for Robyn. And next week, we also apparently going to see Nneka, the new housewife, and her tagline is Nigeria raised me, LA made me, and Potomac will remember me. I'll admit that I'm already kind of side-eyeing Nneka. I'm going to try to give her a chance because obviously we don't know any of these women. We're just going off what production tells us, but she called her dad a rich biatch, and I don't like the ethnocentrism I'm seeing by her slandering African religion and, calling Wendy's mom out for voodoo and all those things. It's very late. And just on the positive side, I guess, the Bravo bios online says that Nneka is an attorney and entrepreneur. She's a first generation Nigerian American who enjoys the finer things in life. She and her husband, Dr. Aken Ahim, recently bought a beautiful Potomac house that's being renovated, and she's looking forward to building new friendships with the women. But surprising tensions arise between her and Wendy as family secrets are uncovered. In terms of what to expect, cast bios: Giselle's in a situationship with Jason Cameron from Bravo's Winter House. The 16-year-old junior and the West Wing has never been more alive. He's a fun distraction as she prepares for her firstborn Grace to head to college. Although Giselle's in a good place with Karen, she and Robyn are experiencing a different facet of their friendship as Giselle is no hold bars about expressing her feelings towards Juan's actions. Next bio says Robyn, amidst the Juan cheating rumors, Robyn has decided to remain by his side. Everyone has something to say about it while her friend group supports her. They wonder if she's truly happy, if she's just making excuses for her partner. Next for Karen, it says it's the triple 20 milestone, aka age 60 for Karen, who's entering this era in stride, but a health scare causes her to make some changes with her lifestyle. As she continues to build the legacy of her family in Surrey County, she has decided to restore the home that once belonged to her grandmother into a guest house / lodge. Karen and Giselle have called a truce and for the time being are closer than ever, but Karen resents Mia for spreading rumors and Robyn for not being upfront with the group. The bio says that Candace is extremely busy touring her Deep Space Deluxe album in multiple cities, but bankrolling the cost is taking its toll on her and Chris. She did say this episode that she spent 6 figures so far. Says she needs to figure out her next move. She's already stressed out and she becomes even more anxious due to a recent health discovery. Within the group, relationships are strained as Candace is going through her usual on again, off again with Ashley, not speaking with Giselle, and going through a rough patch with Robyn. Ashley has settled into a new home with sons Dean and Dylan, but whether she's getting a divorce still remains a hot topic among the women. As she contemplates the life of a single mother and the financial challenges that lie ahead, she questions how she will support her family. Next, Wendy is taking on another endeavor, and this time it will combine her interest in politics, mental health, and good gossip. Group dynamic presents a challenge as she's not in a good place with Giselle and Robyn, and the arrival of a new housewife, Nineka, rubs her the wrong way. Last but not least, Mia. Her and her husband Gordon have been through it this past year with the loss of their CEO titleship in the joint chiropractor. The mounting tension has caused her to seek a divorce lawyer. Not ready to give up, she gives couples therapy a try. Mia takes steps toward making amends with Karen, but persistent rumors make it difficult for them to move on. So we have a season. I think it will be interesting, but they might work our nerves. Hopefully there's growth. So far, I love Karen's growth the most. And Candace has grown on me the most. I didn't always like her, but she's a big star of this show. Wendy has also grown on me. So yeah, we shall see what's going on. If you want a longer, more in-depth review, tune into the Lean Mondays at 8:30. The first one will be tonight. It's great. We're gonna do the Potomac on Mondays at 8:30. I believe Married to Medicine review will be Tuesdays at 8:30. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is on directly after the show, I believe at 9:30. Thursdays I'll be doing Real Housewives of Miami with them live at 8:30. And then we're also gonna be doing Bell Collective, I believe sometime on either Saturday or like Sunday. So check out this channel and also the Lean channel, where I also do longer, more in-depth panel reviews. And most importantly, just remember that you're the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. Bye.